Hello everybody, this is Duke Potato Nuke, and I am here with my Argonian character. It's a little different from the other one. I decided since it had been a long time since I've done an Argonian, I would do one for Sirius. This one's a little different. I made a custom class, and I made that Barbarian class had two favored stats, Strength and Speed. That previous Argonian, the Barbarian one, had a 60 speed. For this guy, I made his favorite stats, Strength and Endurance. 50 speed is still pretty darn good, especially when you consider his athletics starts out really good. So this has been working out much better. But anyway, I'm here because I'm going to show another trick that I know. Morrowind veterans will probably know all about this, but I've recently, yes, I know I'm just level 1, but I've recently come into a whole heck of a lot of money. And I haven't shown you just, well, how I got that money. I'll show that in a bit. There's special merchants and special ways to get money. I'll show how I did that later on. But for now, I've got a lot of money, and there's a special trick that I want to show off that makes training your character up pretty worthwhile. So I'm just heading out of Balmora. Balmora is way back there behind me. Loping along like Argonians do. And we're coming up to an Imperial Legion fort. This is, I believe, I'm trying to remember the name. Fort Moonmoth, I think? Yes, Fort Moonmoth. One thing I'll mention is other than a difference in skills, like instead of block, which is blocking with your shield, instead of that, he has alchemy. Instead of using axes, he has a long blade because I want to use swords. And I'm using that silver sword I got from the shipwreck because with this guy I just quickly went back and did all the stuff I did in those other videos 1 and 2. And his minor skills are different. But yeah, and I just called him a hunter. But for this trick we need to come in here, go down here, pass Larius Vero there, come down here into the prison towers, and talk to this female legionnaire right here. You want a Drain Athletics skill, or spell. Drain block will do. The point is to get a spell that drains a skill. Now, Drain Athletics is a skill, but you'll see why here in a second.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Huh? He didn't tell me to keep moving. You know, I think I might join the Imperial Legion with this character. I have not joined the Imperial Legion with a character for a while. It's actually been quite a bit of time since I started playing Morrowind again. Usually play Morrowind about once a year, practically. Just like this game. It's just agreeable. The freedom, can do whatever I want, can make it as challenging or as easy as I want. And the main reason why I'm doing this skill is because of that 65 endurance. Because that's still somewhat low, I guess. But yeah, what else am I gonna need? There's another thing I'm gonna need. I might as well head up to here, because the next thing we're gonna need for this trick we're going to do, because I don't have one of these yet, is back here. And I am going to buy one of these expensive amulets. These gold-looking expensive amulets are rather common. But
What do you think of Balmora, Outlander?
I think the people here are too jibber-jabbery. Yeah.
Of course. What may I do for you?
And you notice in the enchanting table here, because remember, she's an enchanter, we have a drain skill effect. That's because we bought that drain athletics spell. I have water breathing because, well, I'm an Argonian. I'm going to use that expensive amulet and just any little old soul gem. And let's see, I want to drain skill, heavy armor, and it's very important to do that. Click it up once and then back down to 1 second. Otherwise it won't work quite right. Trust me. But there's heavy armor, and what else did I want? Spear. What I'm about to do here is called the Drain Skill trick. Let's see. I'm calling this amulet the Endurance Trainer. Because heavy armor and spear, you'll notice heavy armor. Look at its governing attribute, endurance. Spear, governing attribute, endurance. That means if I increase an endurance-based skill, well, let's put it this way. If I get 10 points in any endurance-based skill, then I will be able to put 5 points into my endurance on a level up. And there happens to be only 3 endurance-based skills. Medium armor, spear, and heavy armor. And I'm doing this because Argonians have that low endurance. It's very important to get as much endurance as you can near the beginning of the game, because gains to endurance are not retroactive. You see, you gain your endurance divided by 10 in health every time you level up. So if I was to level up right now, I would gain 6 points to my health. The next level I would gain 7, because you see that means 6.5, since it's divided by 10. And then the level after that it would be 6. So it would be 6, 7, 6, and 7. So if that endurance is 70, I would get 7 points to health every time I level up. I'm sure you get the idea. But let's say you wait for a long time, wait till you're level 20, and then start working on your endurance. Well, the endurance gains are not retroactive, so you've lost out. You want your endurance as high as possible, as soon as possible, if you want a lot of health. And if you're going to jump up around here in the Blood Moon expansion, it's generally a good idea to have a lot of health. So, yeah. Let's just equip that endurance trainer.
May I help you?
You may help me by shutting up.
Can I help
Anyways,
you out? Do you need something?
Wayne is one of my favorite characters here because he trains the right kind of skills. And you remember that endurance trainer thing only works for 1 second, so we use it, and then click space and hit spacebar before that second is up, because you see there, it's draining my skills right now. And because it drains my skills, well, it only costs me 1 point because the game thinks I have no skill in it. The price for skill training is based on how much skill you already have. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. going to run down here, find someone who trains in spear. This little lady here, Valencia Abonabiltolus or something. Her name sounds like a disease, but kind of get that impression on a lot of them. But anyways. 1, 2,
Go ahead.
3. Wait till she stops her hyperactive streak. 4. And 5. So now, and of course since heavy armor is one of my skills, that actually gave me some points to a level up. I gained 5 points towards a level up. See, anytime you gain 10 points in any of your skills, you gain a level. So, yeah. Not only will that help train endurance, but it'll help me increase my level somewhat quickly. But yeah, that is the drain skill trick. It's, yes, it's cheating. It's taking advantage of a glitch in the system, but hey. That's my answer. Hey, who cares? I don't care. And there are some skills that are very hard to find the master trainer for. Master trainers are the only ones who can train you up to 100. Enchant is a skill that is extremely hard to level up without using a trainer. And the master enchant trainer is actually a bandit somewhere over here in some cave or fortress or something. You know, so he's hostile. But he's the master enchant trainer. Now, I've tried hard to use spells like domination, charm on the guy, and I don't know, I never get it right. So I just do this. I make a trainer amulet type thing, and then train my enchant skill up all the way, because I love enchanting. And, well, there it is. That is the drain skill trick. Now, if you're a magic user type who has a crap ton of magicka, then you could probably make a spell that does that instead of an item. But money is pretty easy to come by. I'll kind of go over how I got all this money to begin with. It's kind of hard to demonstrate it since it's already been done.
Of course. What may I do for you?
But one of the early quests of the Mages Guild was when she goes downstairs to talk to somebody, I'm supposed to come up and put a fake soul gem in her desk. Well, while she was away from her desk, I stole a couple of really expensive soul gems from her desk there. If you've played Morrowind, then you know which ones they are. One of them was a grand soul gem with a titan trapped in it. The other one was a greater soul gem. They're both very expensive. They're worth more than 5,000 each. One of them was 6,000. The other one was just real super expensive. And you're probably wondering where I went to sell them. I'll go ahead and show some of that, because you'll notice a lot of these trainers rarely ever have over 1,000 gold to spend on stuff you sell them. Well, there's one very special and easy to get to merchant who's I guess what I call a hidden merchant. Take the guild guide, travel to Caldera. Here we are in the Caldera Mages Guild.
What can I do for you, friend?
Just come out here, and you see this big mansion I'm pointing at with the crosshairs? This mansion is what you want. Welcome to Gorak Manor. Now, Gorak Manor is an interesting place. A whole bunch of orcs live in here.
Argonian? Fight well.
They're actually pretty friendly, but as you can tell, they're really not very good housekeepers. But here's someone who's very special. This type of creature is called a scamp. Scamps are the lowest form of demon. Yes, this is a demon. Most of the time when you see a scamp, he's going to be running at you and trying to kill you. Trying to scratch you up with those claws. But this one is a special one. His name is Creeper, as you can see. Creeper has 5,000 gold. Here are these 2 soul gems that I stole from the Mages Guild. And I sold to him. Here. So, yeah. That's how I got a lot of money. So, you see, you sell one item, and he'll have, of course, no money left after he spends 5,000 gold on your stuff. So you hit T, the letter T is in Tom on the keyboard. You wait for 24 hours because after 24 hours their money recharges. So yeah. Anytime I get something that's... And he only buys certain things. He only buys weapons, drinks. I don't know if he buys scrolls. I don't think he buys scrolls. Does he buy scrolls? Yeah, he does. But yeah. So there you have it. One last little thing. I'm thinking of this stuff as every time I record a video. But up here in the, well, upstairs of Gorak Manor, see that crate with the hammer on it? You really ought to do something about that. Derma grow lag. Lag. Anyways, in this crate with a hammer on top is Orcish armor. For vanilla Morrowind, not including the expansions, Orcish armor is a very high tier of medium armor. I could take it and use it because I selected medium armor as my primary armor type.
There are many creatures beyond.
But Morrowind, if I used every trick that I know, Morrowind would be so easy, I would get bored in no time at all. So I tend to leave that armor up there and just use...
Citizen.
Actually, I base the armor that I use, since I know how to get all sorts of armor. I base the armor that I use on my level. Usually. Usually. Not always. Yeah. So there we are. Now there's another very special merchant. I'm trying to remember where you find him. He's around here somewhere. Remember those mud crabs I fought in the other videos? Well, there's a merchant out here, and it is a mud crab. You might accidentally attack him and kill him. But this mud crab merchant has 10,000 gold, double the amount of what Creeper has. He can buy all sorts of crap from you.
Ah, friend, how does the day greet you?
Jeez.
May you find all that you seek, traveler.
Nice people. Jibber-jabbery fools, but nice people. Anyways, and that's that. So, I hope this helped somebody out. This is Duke Potato Nuke, and I'm signing off.